One day deep in a forest, a heartbroken young man came to meet a wise saint. Tears filled his eyes as he said, "Everything I owned is gone. Thieves took it all. I have nothing left, no money, no belongings, not even a way to get back home. How can this be for any good? It is the worst thing that ever happened to me." The saint listened quietly and then said, "Let me tell you a story, my child. Once a terrible flood struck a small village, destroying everything in its path. Among the victims was a poor farmer and his family. Their small house and even their last bit of grain were washed away. Seeing his father's sadness, the farmer's young son said softly, "Do not worry, father. Whatever happens, happens for the best." The farmer grew angry. "How can you say that? We have lost everything. Our food, our shelter. Do not talk nonsense." In anger, he told his son to leave him alone. Hurt and in tears, the boy walked away. As evening came and the boy did not return, guilt filled the father's heart. Suddenly, a rescue boat arrived and took the remaining villagers, including the farmer, to safety. One man said to the farmer, "You should not have scolded your son. He was right, after all you have been saved." But the farmer sighed. "Saved, we have no home, no food. What is good about this?" His wife comforted him gently. "We may not have wealth, but do not lose hope. I will find small work in nearby houses. We will get through this together." The next morning, the farmer went to the city in search of work. He looked everywhere, but no one would hire him. He worried endlessly. How would he feed his family now? Days passed. One afternoon, standing beside his damaged fields, he broke down. "My son is gone, my crops are ruined, and I have nothing left. People say everything happens for the best, but how can this be?" His wife once again encouraged him to keep faith. "Try again, do not give up, something good will come." So the farmer set out again in search of work. On his way back, he met a saint resting beneath a tree. The saint noticed his sad face and asked what was wrong. The farmer told him everything about the flood, his losses, and how hopeless life had become. The saint smiled gently and said, "That is exactly why I say whatever happens, happens for good." The farmer grew frustrated. "How can you say that when I have lost everything?" The saint calmly replied, "You might not understand it now, but in time you will see the reason." That night the farmer could not sleep. The saint's words echoed in his mind. Everything happens for a reason. Could it really be true? Days later, the farmer found work with a wealthy merchant. The man was kind, paid him well, and even gave his family a small house to live in. Life slowly began to change. One night there was a knock on the door. When the farmer opened it, he was stunned. It was his son. "Father," the boy cried, "you moved here without telling me. I searched everywhere before finding you. After leaving home that day, I went to the city, found a small job, and saved enough to start a tea stall. Bit by bit, I built my own life." Tears filled the farmer's eyes as he hugged his son. In that moment, he understood what the saint had meant. Sometimes, when everything seems to fall apart, life is simply clearing the path for something better. The young man listening to this story said softly, "But in my case, all my things were stolen. What good could possibly come from that?" The saint smiled and reached into his bag. "I found this in the forest," he said, handing over a shining stone. The young man's eyes widened. It was a philosopher's stone, one that could turn iron into gold. He gasped, "If my things hadn't been stolen, I'd never have come here. I'd never have met you, or found this." And that's the lesson, my friends. No matter how dark the moment feels, time reveals the hidden good behind it. Pain doesn't last forever. Don't let temporary hardship lead you to permanent regret. Even the hardest trials often lead us to something far better than we imagined.